Do you ever find yourself struggling to remember a name or a word, a face, something that you important for you to remember, and then you just kind of say, "Oh, forget about it," and then it pops in? Intuition is kind of the same way. And we'll talk about that on this morning's Love. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Love, your daily dose of love, hope, and encouragement from here at Buckwheat Farms Magic Emporium and Ballroom. It's a beautiful day today. The rains and cool weather have finally lifted, and winter is reminding us she's still around. Don't put those seeds in the ground yet. I do want to mention before I get into today's content, coming Sunday, we have a live presentation on permaculture and the community exchange system. We're really excited about what this paradigm shift may mean for us as humanity, as a race, that we can start embracing a fully voluntary society, and it's possible. And people ask how it can come about, and this is the way it can. So Sunday, March 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be linking and sending out reminders of that. But I want to get back to today's content. And as I said in the opening, you ever had that time when it's like, what is that person's name? Or what was that word I was thinking about? That, for me, that's because I'm a wordsmith, so I'm always looking for just the right word. And you say, forget about it. And then as soon as you say forget about it and turn your attention away, boom, it hits you in the back of the head, and you go, oh, not literally, but it comes in and you say, oh yeah, that's it. That is it. It's kind of interesting because early on in my meditation exercises, I was working with, and I can't remember even the name of the organization now because there were a lot of them that I rifled through. You know me, I like to eat lots of chicken and spit out lots of bones. But one of these is the concept of listening to tones within your inner ear and trying to move your concentration away from the tones while listening to it. And that's kind of the way our intuition works, because we have to get ourselves out of the way. And that's what happens with my little memory trick here, is you get yourself out of the way. You stop fretting about it. Again, fretting is that whole thing about, it's the same thing as opening the oven and checking on the cookies. It's the same thing as digging up your seed and going, why isn't it rooted yet? That's that whole thing, that fretting and worrying. But also the fretting and worrying puts our thoughts on the negative aspect. And our intuition doesn't want to run down negative pathways. Think about it. The energy in the universe runs for positive effects or negative effects. And the negative effects is a draining energy. It's a losing of power. The energy is being vampired, I guess, away. But while in the positive aspects, the energy, there's a inertia. There's an increase in energy that comes in the power of the energy as it moves in a more positive direction, because that's a creative force, because all energy is a creative force. So when we take those creative force, which is our thoughts, and we start focusing on the negative, our intuition has no intention of engaging in that conversation. And in fact, if it's a negative thought, I'm not talking about the warning thoughts, because there's times when your intuition says, "Whoa, buddy, step back from that." It's, I've had times when I've been working in the yard and looked up before I turned, and there's some sharp object that was inches away from my face, where normally I would just turn carelessly. So our intuition is around us much more than we realize, and so tuning into it is as much releasing our fears and anxieties is as much a part of tuning into it as anything else. And again, going back to, your intuition will not lead you into fear. I'm working on, haven't put it out yet, the series on Everything We Do Is Magic, about the Bible as a grimoire. and that is the essence of the magic in the Bible, is that belief that there is an entity that has our highest good at heart. And in reality, of course, we know that entity is us, because we are all is us. You look at the hologram, and the smallest piece of the hologram, just like the smallest measure of our existence as energy, has all the aspects of the greatest expression. In fact, it is a mini-me. And so is all of our DNA. Every bit of DNA, every bit down to the quark size level, is a mini-me. And so it all works in conjunction. It's all aware. But when we turn on that negativity, that fear, we kind of tune out that intuition. So today, as you're going forward, if you want to be a little more intuitive in your life, if you want to operate more from, is it right brain, left brain? I get those two confused. Maybe I'll forget about it and it'll come back to me. But you'll operate more from the intuitive side of your life. Now, there's balance. You need to balance your intuition with your intellect as well. I mean, you can't totally go on into intuition simply because it's the intellect is what brings the intuition into communication with this reality we've created. So we have to balance the two. But in order to truly know that it's your intuition, release the fear, because there is no fear in love. And believe me, your intuition is part of you, and it loves you infinitely. Have a great day. Namaste.